Hey guys, here's a 5x5 beginner method example solve in case you still need help after watching the tutorial. So the first step is on any color, just make a bar that includes the centerpiece. So for example, on orange, we have one here already, and we can connect another one, this one, like that. All right, then we make outer bars. So we can connect this one, or actually we can connect this one with this one. So corner centers with edge centers like that. And then we have another corner here, and we can connect them all together like this. As you do this, just make sure you don't break up any other things you've already made. Then insert that over here and now make the last outer bar. So that will be this one, I can connect them like that, and then this one over here, like that. All right, and then I can just insert it all down into here. Now I need to make the same thing on the other side. The other side center is red, so I'll have to make it with red. And so I have one middle piece connected here already. I just connect the other one here, just by aligning them so it can go up like that. Then turn the top so that it becomes vertical, then restore the center down here. All right, then I can hold these two on the sides here and not worry about them as I make more bars over here. So I'm gonna connect a corner to an edge, and then this corner to the rest of the bar, and then move it to the top. And then when I move it to the top, I move it up, turn this 180 degrees, and then move this back down. All right, then continuing over here, I have red. I can connect them like this. And then the last one I need is not along here, it's actually on top. If that happens, what you can do is simply move it out to any other layer that's not already this one. So I can just move it down like this, move it out of the way of this layer, like that, and then move this layer back up to fix the orange center that I broke. All right, put these all together. And then for the last bar, moving it up to here, you have to put them all on the same side. Don't do this, because then you can't fix the orange center. So instead, just put them all on the same side, move this up 180 degrees, and then move this back down. Next, we're moving on to the centers along here. So you just put the solve centers on the left and right. We're gonna find the easiest one to start with. We have yellow here, blue here. They both have a bar done. That's pretty lucky. I'll just start with yellow. Put this vertical so that I don't destroy it. Then make more outer bars. So here I have two pieces of an outer bar, and I can connect this one to it like that, and then move them all up to the top here. All right, and then we have edge and corner like this. I can join them together like that. And then the last one's over here. I can join them and then just make sure I move it vertical out of this layer and move this side back up because I had this yellow bar that I just broke. All right, then I'll put this here, and that makes my third center. As I make the next few centers, I have to make sure not to break the yellow center, and it's pretty easy. You just have to make sure that anytime you do move one way, you undo the move the other way. So first I'll make this blue bar vertical because it happened to already be done. Actually, I'll just show what happened if it wasn't done. So if I just have part of a bar here, then I take a piece of a bar like that, and then move it down in to finish the bar, and then turn it vertical, and then restore this center. So anytime I go down, I have to follow it up by going back up. All right, and then I make another bar. So I have this one here, and I have this one here. So I can join them together like this, and then I can move it out of the way, or actually just move it right on top of here and go straight back down. That's just a little shortcut you can use. All right, then we have this. I can join them together like this, join, move it out of the way, and restore the centers. This one and these two, I'll align them up like this, join, move it out of the way, and then restore the centers. And then lastly, I need to get this one down into here. And again, do not move it directly down in here because you cannot fix the centers after that. Instead, put them all on the same side, then put it in, turn this side 180 degrees, and move it back. All right, next is the last two centers. For this, there is that special trick I showed. I will show that in a second when I get a little bit further here. So I'm going to make a bar first in the middle, and I can join this piece with these two like that, and then make it vertical and move back up. All right, now just try your best to make as much as you can. Sometimes you'll be able to figure out two bars. The third bar is where it starts to get hard. So here I will join these with this like that and move it directly down into here. All right, then when you get to the last few pieces, maybe it's just one piece you have to do, but sometimes it's more, it's okay. Then what you do is this thing where you put them on the same exact spot, bottom left, and then move this one in, move it over to a new layer, move that down as well, move that back to the old layer, go up, back to the new layer, and go up. And then that will move any piece from the top down into the bottom. So just as an example, if this was the piece you wanted to move instead, you could move this one down like this, move it into a new layer, move this down as well, move this back into the old layer, and up, back into the new layer, and up. All right, then we move on to the edge pieces. So we're going to ignore the corner pieces and just look at the edges. Here we have red and green partially done. I'm gonna look for the last one, which is right here, and then just get them across from each other, but not like this, because then they're in the wrong spot. Instead, move this one. If this happens, what you can do is flip the edge using either R2, which gets it all the way over here, or sometimes if you're setting up multiple pieces, which we'll probably run into soon, it might be easier to just use a flipping algorithm on this one, which is done like this. R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. And that causes this edge to flip upside down. So now we have this on top, these on the bottom, join them together, replace with any unsolved edge from the top. So that can be like this one. So I'm gonna move this up into the top layer, replace with unsolved, move this back down, then fix all the centers. All right, so this is now a solved edge. I move on to any other edge that I want. So I have white, green here, and I have the last white, green piece over here. So again, I can move this one up to the top, either with the flipping algorithm here, or you can just turn it 180 degrees, which can be like this. Then I can join them together and then replace it with any unsolved piece, such as this one back here. Move this up, move this one over, move this one down, and then do that. All right, here I have white and blue almost done. Again, I'm just doing the easy cases first. We'll do some harder cases after this. I'm just finding all the ones that already have a pair done. So to flip this one, I can just turn it 180 degrees, join them, replace with unsolved, and then fix the centers. All right, now I don't think we have any easy cases left anymore. We have blue, red, these two, and then last one is blue, red here. So I could move the other one down into here and notice that actually these will not pair together like that. So I want to flip this one, which I can do by turning 180 degrees like that, and then I can just join them all together. So I have a solved edge here, but don't worry about it. So I'm going to move that together and move the last one over, replace with an unsolved edge. So I'm going to move it up, replace with this, move it back down, and then fix all the centers. All right, next I have yellow, orange, and the last one's down here. So as you can see, these will not join together properly, and this one will not either. So the odd one out is actually this one in the middle, so I'm going to flip this one. I can't just turn it 180 because it affects one of the other yellow, orange as well. So I'm gonna flip this with a flipping algorithm. Now I can join them all together. So these three, join them, and then replace on top with an unsolved edge. If I just move it up, I will push an unsolved out edge away. So I will move that out of the way first. And then I'll push this up, replace with this one, and then come back down. All right, then fix all the centers. All right, here we have orange, blue, and the last orange blue is not anywhere around here. It's not on top. I will flip it upside down. Last orange blue is over here, so I will move it like that. All right, so now we have top, middle, bottom. And again, they don't join up properly, so I will flip this middle one. Now they will join together properly. Replace with an unsolved edge. Fix the centers. Here we have yellow, green, and last one here. Get this one to the bottom spot, bottom, top, middle. Again, they don't join together properly. This one is the odd one out, so I will flip this one. And then join them all together, replace with an unsolved edge. And then, all right, we have orange, green, and orange, green is up here. This one's an easy one, so I will move them across each other like this, do that, and replace with an unsolved edge. Now, just keep in mind that if you do this and there's no unsolved edges on top, sometimes you can just turn the cube upside down and there will be more unsolved edges on the bottom. So if there's none on the top or bottom, then you run into the last few edges, and I'll talk about that soon when we get there. So replace with this, do that. All right, now we have yellow, red, and yellow, red is here. So top, middle, bottom. Oh, that's not right. Okay, top, middle, bottom. And then again, these don't pair together properly like that. So I will flip this one and then join them all together like that. Replace with this one. And then, All right, so now I've actually run into a case where all 4 on the bottom are solved, all 4 on the top are solved, and I have my last 3 edges. So what you can do in this case is, okay, I have so white, orange, they all belong to 2 pieces. So that means I can just move the last piece into the top like that. So now I have a piece I can replace it with. So I will just solve these 2. So what I can do is flip this one, pair them up, replace with the unsolved, and then undo that. All right, so in this case, I want to point out something that happens kind of rarely. So here I have 2 pieces and 1, and then these 2 pieces and 1. Doesn't matter if they're actually solved next to each other or not. It just matters that they are part of the same edge pair. So this doesn't always happen, and I'll just show what might happen instead. All right, so this is something that happens sometimes when you get to your last 2 edges. You have 3 like this that are all alternating, and these are also alternating. So in this case, what you should do is just do a slice, flip, slice, and that goes like this. So just take the top, slice it over, and then flip using the flipping algorithm, and then undo that slice. So that is a slice, flip, slice. And what that does is it creates a case that I showed in the video before, and that is a case where you have 2 paired, 1, and 2 paired, 1. These don't have to be solved. It just has to be 2 together of the same type. All right, so once that happens, you make sure that the same types are all on the same side as an up or down. So these 2 and this one, they're both on top. These 2 and this one both on the bottom, so this is good. Now, if it wasn't that way, so if you ran into the case like this, where it's like the yellow blue is bottom and top, the white red's bottom and top, then you would just do the flipping algorithm on either one of them, and that would create all top and all bottom. All right, so once you get this, what you do is you take one of the singular pieces, so either this one or this one, but you take a singular piece and you move it into the pair. So I slice this way into the pair. Then what I do is the pair that I've newly formed like this, I flip this one. So I'm gonna flip this one over here and then undo that. So once you've done that, you will either have solved both of the edges or you will be left with a flip like this. And if you do get a flip, then you do the OLL parity algorithm with this on the front and top. So you will do this. Then the X rotation means face the bottom. And then that leaves you with 3x3 stage. So you can solve the rest of it however you normally solve a 3x3. So I'm not going to actually do the example through this part. I'm just going to show you that it does end up having no parity afterwards. That as in there's no more steps you have to do besides the 3x3 part. So, all right. All right, and then that solves the rest of it. So there's no more steps. All right, hope you managed to solve your 5x5 with the help of this. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.